Hello, welcome to all for Anthropology series. Today we are discussing about Neanderthal man, Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthals are our closest extinct human relative. DNA has been recovered from more than a dozen Neanderthal fossils, all from Europe. The Neanderthal Genome Project is one of the existing new areas of human origin researches. Previously, Neanderthals were thought to be ancestor of sapiens, but subsequently it was found that they are an extinct cousin of humans. Neanderthals appeared in Middle Paleolithic, whereas Homo erectus appeared in Lower Paleolithic and sapiens in Upper Paleolithic. Neanderthal man kingdom Animalia discovered at 1829 were lived Europe and southwestern to Central Asia, lived between about 4 lakh to 40,000 years ago. Height males average 5 feet 5 inches, females average 5 feet 1 inches. Weight males 143 IBS and female average 119 IBS. Neanderthal ancestor Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo heidelbergensis, Homo neanderthalensis. Neanderthal facts Sapiens Homo neanderthalensis lived from about 4 lakh to 40,000 years ago, whereas across Europe and Southwest and Central Asia, appearances large nose, a strong double arched brow ridge, relatively short and stocky bodies. Brain size at least 1200 centimeter cube to 1750 centimeter cube. Height about 1.50 to 1.75 meter. Weight about 64 to 82 kg. Diet meat, plants and fungi. Shellfish when available. Species named in 1864. Name meaning human from the Neander Valley. Types of Neanderthalensis. Hornton divide them into classical and progressive on the base of anatomical features and phylogenetic timeline. Classical type. They were found in Western Europe. They are thought to be in existence around 75,000 years to 40,000 years ago. They were short, larger cranial bases as compared to modern Europeans, muscular, broad digit of hand and feet, prominent brow ridges. They had large teeth, enlarged pulp cavities, shovel-shaped incisors. They had a larger cranial capacity as compared to modern Europeans. They possessed unique features of Neanderthal, example muzzle appearances of face and presence of occipital toes. Progressive types did not possess them. Overall, they had more of the Homo erectus features. La Chapelle ox saint, a typical example of classical Neanderthals, was discovered in 1908 in France. Now, progressive type. They appeared earlier and gave rise to classical types but lasted behind them. Their fossils are found from extra-European sites, example Asia and Africa. They had round massive heads with less prominent brow ridge. They did not have canine fossa. Overall, they resemble from more sapiens. The Mount Camel type is a typical example discovered in 1931 in Palestine. Others include the London skull, Stanscombe man, Fontchevada skull, etc. Characteristics of Homo neanderthalensis. Physical. Some defining feature of their skulls include the large middle part of the face, angled cheekbones, and a huge nose for humidifying and warming cold, dry air. Their bodies were shorter and stockier than ours, another adaptation to living in cold environment. But their brains were just as large as ours and often larger proportional to their brownier bodies. Brain case shape, forehead, brow ridge, nasal bone projection, cheekbone angulation, chin. These are the main difference between human skull and Neanderthalis skull. Culture of Neanderthal man. Neanderthals made and used a diverse set of sophisticated tools, controlled fire, lived in shelters, made and wore clothing, were still skilled hunters of large animals. There is evidence that Neanderthals deliberately buried their dead and occasionally even marked their graves with offerings such as flowers. No other primates and no earlier human species had ever practiced this sophisticated and symbolic behavior. There is evidence that Neanderthals were specialized seasonal hunters. Eating animals were available at the time. Example, reindeer in the winter and red deer in the summer. There is also evidence from Gibraltar that when they lived in coastal areas, they exploited marine resources such as mollusks, sea dolphins, and fish. The Mountain stone tool industry of Neanderthalis is characterized by sophisticated flake tools that were detached from a prepared stone core. Neanderthals used tools for activities like hunting and swimming. Maximum natural lifespan and the timing of adulthood, menopause, and gestation were most likely very similar to modern humans.